And then back to Cardladder to the rim. Oh, great block. James out of nowhere, skies to the rim. Boyd took the advantage and played off from inside the center square. Boyd kicked the goal. Boyd kicked the goal from inside the center. Here's Aloisi for a place in the World Cup. He's hands right back up. Big head kick. Down goes Thompson. It's over.
Live it, breathe it, love it. All sports, double coverage.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I am Dom with the great man, Sauce. Still in the bed. He's
Still comfy,
got
mate. Still comfy as
he's
ever.
just still resting up this ankle. It's I'll tell you what, it's tough on a Monday night without you there. I'll be honest with you. You're dearly missed. We've got finals coming up. You're going to miss the whole series.
Missed the whole series, mate. Shattered. And we were looking good this season, mate. We were sitting 1-2. What did we finish on top or did we finish second?
Nah, we actually dropped to third.
Dropped to third. So we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple
We'll
key
see how you
injuries
go.
to key players, and
We'll see how you go Monday. I'll be down there to watch. Phil Jackson will be on the sidelines. Don't you worry,
Yeah.
mate. I might suit up, and then my shoes will be sandals.
I love it. It's been a big
I
week
haven't
in
put on a
sports.
shoe for 3 weeks. I haven't put on a shoe for 3 weeks on my right foot, so I still can't.
That's insane. Anyway, it's been a big week in sport, Saucy. Of course, the footy started last week. Our tippings got off to a start as well. And
Stalemate.
as I said, yeah, I know. But I actually got something out to put a scoreboard up, so which is a freaking surprise. We both tipped 5 last week, which is pretty good. We can get straight into it, to be honest. And we're starting with AFL because that's the way we do it. These were the tips from last week. This is one I prepared earlier. Oh, I can zoom in here. That's all right. Oh, dear. Here we go. Here we go. Cats, North, Brisbane. You tipped Port, D, Sydney. I tipped GWS. We both tipped Essendon and then Freo. So you got one on me in the Port game and I got one on you in the Adelaide game. And that's what tied it up. No one got the upper hand. But, Saucy, let's get to the games from last week. Actually, I'll keep it up. Why not? Let's
Yeah,
just
keep it up. Keep it up.
58 apiece. Carlton found every way under the sun to lose this game. And
Horrendous game to start the season. Absolute
That was
horrendous.
terrible.
Terrible
Both
skills.
Both teams was shocking.
Just rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Can't say much positive words about each team. I mean, if Richmond did play the way that they played in the second half from the get-go, they probably would have won this game very easily. Carlton was probably lucky in the end a little bit to hang on. And, I think it was probably a fair result considering, you see the drop mark at the end and fumble. All he needed to do was mark the ball when he could have just barreled it through or kicked it behind from 50 and you would have won the game after the siren. But he couldn't do it. And 58 apiece, first draw of the season. It's good to get the first draw of the season on the first game of the year out of the way.
To two teams that are their fan bases are so fanatical too. So it's just great. Next one up. I got nothing to say. I got nothing out of that game, but what you just said, it was horrific. The next game we had the Pies against the Cats on Friday Night Football, and what started as a flyer for the Cats turned into a bit of a nightmare. Losing Tom Stewart to an injury, De Koning was hurt, Stengel was hurt.
They copped a couple of bumps and bruises, but their lineup hasn't really changed for tonight's game that much. Only Stewart's out and Parfitt's been omitted. Obviously on the flip side for Collingwood, Jeremy Howe's probably going to be out for, who knows, 12 weeks, 16 weeks. Who knows how long that's going to take. I mean, that's a horrific break of his
It'll be
arm.
the season. It'll be the season.
The season?
I wouldn't have thought that he'll play again this year. By the time it heals, by the time he rehabs it and builds
there'll be a rod in
muscle
there.
size
There'll be a
back
rod
on
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to look at the recovery time, then after the recovery time, the rehab time, and then building the muscle back up to get back out there to play football. yeah, you might get him playing finals footy, but you're going to put a guy that's underdone in your team, like when it's all on the line. So, but the Pies look good. The goalie looks very good coming into this season.
This was a cracking game. Massive contrast to the Thursday night. Yeah, he was good.
They picked up Bobby Hill, who looks like a good pickup up
Looks like
forward there. Obviously, in the absence of Jack Ginnivan with his suspension at the moment. McStay didn't really have to do anything. He kicked one goal. He was probably non-existent.
McSpray. McSpray, my mate was calling him. McSpray.
Yeah, but you know what? He's actually good for that football side, even if he does nothing, Source, because he can kick a goal and he can get on the scoreboard for you. But he takes another good defender away from the opposition.
He makes a contest. Look, he does make a contest.
That's what you have to do.
Brings it to ground, and it looks like they've got some good talent on the ground level there. Their ball movement and the way they're able to move the balls, it's just beautiful. I mean, it's an attacking brand of football. They're great to watch. And Dom, I was watching this game, and when they went down 4, they came back, and then they went down 4 again. And I looked at the odds. I think they were like $4 something, $4.20 live odds. I was talking to my Collingwood mate. I said, "Should I put money on them right now?" And he looked at me and said, "Yeah, we'll come back." And they did, and like an idiot, I didn't put any money on them, so I didn't back them at $4. So it would have been a great story if I did. But it was reminiscent of last year, and I feel like if that's the Collingwood attitude you're going to get, I mean, maybe they aren't really going to have a slide. I mean, maybe they might not do as good as they did last year in terms of ladder position, but I feel like they're going to be there and thereabouts this season.
There'll still be a danger side, mate.
I think they're a danger to finish top 4. I mean, I think they're good enough to that brand of football.
They showed a bit. They surprised a lot of people. So that's good result for them. Next up, I'm a happy man. It was good to see North get the win over West Coast, 5-point win. Just a word of advice to North supporters: be happy with what you saw, but just keep the lid on. I've seen North supporters just jumping up and down, losing the plot. You beat West Coast, right? We've beaten a team, a bottom 3 side. All right, so don't get too ahead of yourselves. All right, I'm very excited. It's great to see Sheasel on debut with 34. Played very, very well. The Cheasel down off half back. He actually played the Dacos role for North, and he's got good ball use. His disposal use is fantastic, and he just kickstarts the attack from the back line. So that slingshot play, and it worked for 2.5 quarters, and then we kind of lost the plot a bit after being up by 6 goals. It was starting to unravel, but credit to the team. They're able to steady the ship there with Clarko at the helm as the coach, and they were able to hold on and show some resilience, which we haven't had in the last couple of years. Where I said to a lot of North fan source, it's been chaos for the last few years, like complete chaos out on the field, and didn't know what was going on. And for once, it was organized chaos, right? It was a bit organized. There was a bit of shape there. There's a bit of structure. You could see a game plan unfolding. So I'm very happy with what I saw.
But that's obviously the growth you want to see, because there are games in previous years that you would have lost. I mean, 6 goals up. West Coast is storming back. You find a way to lose that game by under a goal, and you're heartbroken. And it happened over and over again to North over the last 2 years. So, that's the growth that you do need to see. And I'm guarantee you, Doma, you'll be in those positions again this season. And that's where you want to see if your team's able to grind out those results again. So that you can get growth. I mean, look, realistically, I think aiming for 6 wins, 7 wins is a possibility for North this year, and maybe it could be more. I don't know, but I think you should be happy with what you're seeing on the weekend for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself, but positive signs are pretty much our whole back line is still to come back, which is a positive. So we won that game. No Mackay, no Core, no Aaron Hall. So we had none of those guys in the side. So, we'll see what happens. The other news there, Taron Thomas stood down this morning as well because he may or may not have done everything that's been reported. So no comment there. I may or may not know. what's happened there. So
We-
I'll
we-
just leave it to.
We won't comment.
Yeah.
We'll leave that to let that run its course, and we'll
Yeah.
comment when things are done.
Definitely. Next one up was. I thought Brisbane will win this game, Source, against Port. No, you called it, but we both said last week the fact that everyone's writing off Port Adelaide coming into the season was just stupid. We said that they win a lot of their games. Just because they started 0-6 last year doesn't mean that was going to happen this year. They play at Adelaide Oval. It's a fortress. They're renowned flat track bullies. They beat up on shit teams at home, and then they beat up on good sides when they play them at their home ground. So that's where the difference is. They've come up against Brisbane and slapped them by 54 points. Source. There's one F-head that plays for Port Adelaide that used to play for my mob, and he put on a clinic. He might be the biggest see you next Tuesday I've seen in a long time. Considering the fact that he definitely didn't try last year. You don't just get that much better at football, Source, in 12 months for not even playing one game, hardly any games the previous season. That's all I'm saying. Just means he had it the whole time. He just didn't want it. He just wanted out. So,
Dom, look, you guys didn't pick him at number 1. He's not a number 1 draft pick for no reason. I mean, there's a reason why he did go number 1. It's just the sad reality is he didn't want to be at North Melbourne. And I mean, that's the problem, unfortunately, when, with the system that the AFL has built, that, if a guy doesn't want to be there, he'll just crack the sads and not try. Supporters get fed up, coaches get fed up, and then eventually at some point he'll get moved on. It's just shit the way he done it, because the club put so much faith in him to come down there and help them out. Obviously, in a situation that they didn't want to be in, North Melbourne. No one wants to be in that situation and struggling that bad as a club. But obviously showed no gall and resilience as a man to want to stand up and fight in a tough predicament. So look, it's a pretty soft way out, but it just shows he's a very good player.
He's a great player. But anyway, Port Adelaide look very good, Source.
Yeah, look, Domo, as you said, we want to see when they start having to travel away, come to the G against the likes of Melbourne, come to the G against the likes of Carlton and Collingwood and things like that. What are they going to do then?
We'll see it this week. They play the Pies this week at the G. So this is...
There you go.
I can't wait for it, to be honest. The next one up was the D's stamped their authority in this one with the few key outs, slapping the Dogs by 50. The big talking point in this game was, of course, Cozzy Pickett's electing to bump Bailey Smith. And for anyone that... Well, there isn't many people that think he didn't do it by accident. He intentionally he jumped off the ground.
That's bad. That is literally... What? Who was it? Pickett.
Cozzy Pickett.
Mate, I thought I was watching Byron Pickett for a second. I'm telling you.
I think it is his nephew. I think it's his nephew.
That is Byron Pickett-esque. Anyone who doesn't know who Byron Pickett is, have a look at Byron Pickett Big Bumps on YouTube. Put it in there and watch it. That was Byron Pickett-esque.
What did he get? 2 games for that? 2-match ban? If that was Byron Pickett, he would have knocked him out cold and he would have got 6 weeks. No, I'm not joking. You know that for a fact. You watch the bloke play, mate. But they look good, Melbourne. The Gorn-Grundy combo worked. Petrarca is so good. So is Oliver. They look very good.
They're hungry again, mate. I'm telling you. They've still got a very good side. A lot of depth in there too.
Definitely. Next one up, 49-point winners for the Swans. We don't really need to get into this. They played the bye. The Suns are still shit. Everyone said they'll line up the track. They've been saying this every season for the last 10 years, mate, that they're lighting up the preseason. They are no good.
The only time they were ever lighting it up in the AFL was when Gary Ablett had to average 40 touches and 3 goals and was winning the Brownlow 11 games into the season, then done his shoulder. That was the only time they were ever lighting it up, ever, in a season.
Yeah, because
it took a man to average 40 touches.
Amira was killing it in that team alongside him. So that's why that team was very good back then. Anyway, they're no good. They are actually poo. So Swans get the win there. Giants, bit of a shock again. We spoke about this last week. And it was because they said, oh, they're going to struggle. They lost Taranto and Hopper. And I said, look out for a player there, Callahan, number 17. He had 25 and a goal.
Not bad at all.
He played very well. I'm pretty sure it was 25 and a goal. I'll double check that.
Mate, click into it, mate.
No, I'll do it on my phone because then who knows what will happen to my computer, mate. It'll go into the fans already. The fans. It sounds like a jumbo.
You've upgraded your phone. I think you need to upgrade your laptop, mate. Tell your work you need a new laptop, mate. All right, that's what's next.
No, he had 25 no goal, but he had 25 touches.
Not bad. That's pretty good.
So
look, Dom, I did say last week I think GWS can win this game. They are at home. I thought Adelaide would show a bit more. I mean, they did kick 12 goals, 18. So they had the chances there to bring it closer.
Yeah, old GWS had 15 goals, 16.
Yeah, I know. You got to take
much of a muchness there. Yeah, well, Rochelle looked really good for Adelaide in this one. Laird was non-existent after quarter time. I don't know what happened to him. He just disappeared.
Another report in this game, was it? Was it McAdam?
Yeah, McAdam. Yeah,
got a week.
Chose week. He got 3.
Oh, jeez, that was bad too.
3 or 4.
I didn't see this one. I didn't see this one.
Oh, this one was probably worse than. I know Cozzy got off the ground and whatever, but Bailey Smith it just dispossessed the ball and then got hit. McAdam literally got rid of the ball and he just went straight through him.
Yeah,
deliberately. Didn't even have eyes on the ball at all. He elected to destroy him.
Oh well.
But the talking point in this was Cully went off injured. Perryman injured for GWS as well. Like picked up a few key injuries. That to put the wily old veteran Cullen Ward back in the center, mate. He put on a clinic. He did, and so did Stephen Canelio. Absolutely dominated in this game. There was one point in the game because the Crows were up. I'm not sure if you know this source. The Crows were up and about. They were all over this game. Like they were dominating GWS. And then it got to the point where GWS, I think, won 8 or 9 center clearances in a row at one point in this game. And they just
that's when they put Big Cullen back in there.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? The cramping, they were literally holding on for dear life, GWS. They were 2 down on the bench or 3 down on the bench, cramping up. First game of the season. It was very hot. And they held on by the skin of their teeth, to be honest. But they got the job done by 16, so a good win for them. Next one up, the Bombers get the win. Good start to the season, 59-point winners. Sauce, you'd be happy with this one. It's just a good start, all right? I hope you're keeping the lid on it because it reflects firmly the same. Yeah.
Hawthorn is with West Coast as one of the worst sides in the comp, and the Suns. Them 3 are probably bottom 4 sides, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. And the last one, I'll go for it. Anything there?
Good to see. Good performance. A couple of new guys in there did play really well. Wiedemann was good. Setterfield was good. Davey, for his debut, was really good. You had Tipper Woody back, so it was good to see my boy back.
Give us the rundown. Give us a rundown when he came on, mate. You would have just been losing in your mind.
The big cheer from the crowd, mate. I was, they were yelling, Tipper, Tipper. And he came on, slotted a goal. Big performance. It was good to see. You know what it was good to see? It was good to see Jordan Ridley back into his role where he won at best and fairest, intercept marking. Being able to, read the play, leave his man, have that ability. I mean, we tried to force him into a key defender last year. It's not his spot, mate. He should be getting the ball. He's got good ball use. He needs to be our primary ball user out of the back line. We played that role really well on the weekend. So, I think Scott has got guys playing in roles where they've performed well before, and you've got a few guys that are playing in a couple of different roles as well. I mean, he had Cole Langford. I've never thought I'd see him in playing half back, but had him down there at half back and played really, really well. So who knows? He might be the new mighty swingman that we have. Langford play back line, can go forward. We know he can bag a goal forward. So can play through the midfield. You need a guy that can plug holes so when you get injuries and things. So look, good to see, and not too excited, but I said we'd win this game. I mean, Hawthorn, I know how shit Hawthorn are. They're shocking. So
They're
look,
terrible.
I'm not overwhelmed that so happy that I think we're going to make finals. I still think it's going to be a tough slog to even get to the finals, let alone my pass mark, Tommy. And I've always say this every year, to win a final. So the bloke on Twitter can reset the page. It's at about 6,000 days or something like that. 5,000
There
days,
you go.
5,500 days.
Unbelievable. And the last one, even though I gave some late mail on the show last week leading into this one on the Saints. I know they got the job done by 15 points, Source, but this game was at Marvel. The Dockers played absolutely horrifically. And I'll be honest with you, the Saints are shit. They are so shit. Like, they are really bad. I watched this game in full. I turned it off at 3/4 time, Source. I turned it off. I'm like, it was close going into the last quarter. I said, I'm not watching this. This is actually deplorable. The footy was just terrible from both sides. Now, Fremantle, on the flip side, are probably getting caned as we speak in the Western Australian.
Ross Lyon effect?
Yeah, well, it's just shit football because that's how the team plays. It's just all flooding. It's just terrible. Terrible football. Not for anything, that's going to probably help suit St Kilda to win games. Shit footy for a shit team equals wins. So, because it plays into their hands, I guess, like that scrappy style of football. The downside is the Dockers probably caned all week, Source, in the Western Australian media, and they come up against North Melbourne in Perth this week. So that's just great.
You are
That's exactly
cherry
what I wanted.
ripe for one or two things. You're either going to have a red hot crack, or you're going to get pumped by 50 plus.
Well, I hope we have a red hot crack, Source. I'll get to that when we cover this game in a second. All right. Let's get to round two.
Right.
We'll get through these quickly. Tips tonight. Carlton versus Cats.
I'm going the Cats.
I'm also going Cats.
Obviously, Tom Stewart out, but they still got a very strong lineup in there.
Yeah. Lions, D's, Gabba tomorrow night.
You'd want to think that the Lions need to bounce back. I mean, if they are going to win a game, it's at the Gabba. I do like the D's. Still, I think they can challenge anyone, but I feel like the Lions will perform at home. So I'm going to go with the Lions.
I'm going the D's. Saturday, we got Pies, Port.
Pies.
Yeah, I'm going Pies. Adelaide, Richmond.
This would be an interesting one. I mean, in previous years, you would have just picked Richmond without. Yeah, I'll go Richmond. I'm going to go to Richmond. I mean, we haven't thinking. I'm going to go Richmond. I'll go Richmond.
I'm going Richmond as well. We got Dogs versus Saints at Marvel.
Dogs.
I'm going Dogs. Freo, North.
Freo.
Yep, Freo for me as well. Sydney, Hawthorn. Well, this is a bye.
Sydney.
And then the last two games, Essendon, Gold Coast.
Essendon,
mate. And then West Coast versus GWS.
Oh, this is a tough game.
This is a bit of a toss-up, this one.
Go West Coast.
I'm going GWS. There we go. There's another difference game there for us. Very nice. I'll end up chucking that in the Canva thing and we can have a look. People probably want to see how shit my team is in Supercoach, so I'll quickly just run through it. I had my lowest score. Score ever in a round one last week. It was terrible. I had this spud over here, Rory Laird as my captain. But this
700,000 and he scored you 50.
Yeah. Neil there, Brayshaw. Brayshaw had a lot of the ball. His disposal use because of that flooding football only scored him 70. Tom Green was very good. I'll probably make him captain this week. He's playing against West Coast. I'll probably change my vice captain. It won't be Neil. I'll work it out. Then Hopper wasn't that good. Callahan was very good.
Should have had
there's
Taranto
my rucks.
Oh, you got Taranto down there.
Yeah, I got Taranto. The Shees, he was on the field. I just put this clown in this week. I had to put him in. I can't stand the bloke. But if he's going to get big scores from me, I'll take him. So that's the team. It's not very good. I'm on the bottom of the ladder in the double coverage Super Coach League.
Did we fill out the league? Did we fill out the league?
Nah, we only got 14 to 20. So they put in Robbo, big Robbo in there. Heath Shaw. They put some of the pundit teams in there, the generic teams.
Okay, generic
that's all right.
teams. All right.
So hopefully none of them win our comp because I'm not giving them a pack of footy stars or a box of footy stars. They're going to jam it up their ass. They should be buying us boxes of footy stars. So, all right, let's move on, Sauce. Let's get to the EPL. And we'll go for a quick run through here. Newcastle 2-1 over Nottingham. Leeds 4-2 over Wolves. Tottenham 3-3 with Southampton. Leicester Brentford 1-1. Bournemouth lost 3-0 to Aston Villa. Chelsea 2-2 with Everton. And Arsenal, the mighty Arsenal, I might add, 4-1 winners over Palace. Vieira gets sacked. Roy Hodgson is now back as manager of an EPL side. It won't make a difference. He'll be sacked in 12 months anyway. So
he's already been sacked from Crystal Palace twice, I think.
Yeah, he'll be sacked again. Quickly, the comments there. Cosmic says the Disney pump. We'll get to that in a second. Matty Tabe, welcome. Games this week, Saucy. We have Man City, Liverpool. When's that? That's on the 1st.
There's international break, mate. International break.
It's an international break. Yeah, but when's the 1st? Is that before our next pod?
It's Saturday. No, we'll have another pod.
It's Saturday. Yeah, all right. So we don't need to cover any of this stuff. We will go do the standings, though, and bring those up so Saucy can lap it up again. Mesut Ozil, of course. The shirt that Saucy said he's wearing today. Retired during the week. Here you go.
I've got an Ozil auto sitting in my cards as well, which is nice.
Nice. 8 points clear. You got a game in hand though for Man City, but even with the win there, 5 points clear. It's between you two. United too far off. Tottenham too far off. Bad news for United. Rashford got injured, so
shit.
He's been withdrawn from the England side for this week. Hopefully, it's nothing too major.
Hopefully, nothing.
Yeah. So not good for United fans.
You're still in the Europa League, right? So you still got a chance to win the Europa.
Yeah,
not bad.
Yeah,
not bad.
F1. You ready for this? You excited?
I am excited. I'm excited to see that Ferrari is still horrendous. Failed power unit week 1.
Replace them. They still stink. I'm trying to get the results here.
I don't know. I think the dramas are building. The dramas could be building between Chico Perez and Verstappen. Perez has come out and said he wants to be world champion. I mean, Danny Rick, second seed. I'm telling you, it's going to happen, mate.
I don't see why he can't be champion. Like,
mate, I said this last season. His car's good enough, but I'm telling you, so there wasn't dramas. They just made sure that he gets his back-to-back. Verstappen gets his back-to-back. Right? Now we'll see what happens. Now maybe they just let it go. Well, let's see. First 10 races, who's the best driver out of you two? We're not going to try, obviously, muck yous up. And then go from there, mate. Like, if one guy's in front more after the first 10 races, well, he's the driver of this season. We're going to, you have to play second fiddle to Perez.
Verstappen, that won't ever happen. That won't happen. That will never
happen. It won't happen because Verstappen couldn't give a shit, mate. He would just drive to all hell and try and win every single race.
Exactly right. But the results for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix had Perez winning, Sauce, and then Verstappen came from 15th to finish second in this one. He was literally just blitzing past everyone on the track. Alonso, your boy, third, lost his podium finish. I don't know if you heard about this. Lost his podium finish after the race, and then they reinstated it after further investigation. So you lost it. They gave the trophy to George Russell. George Russell took it home. They reinstated it to Alonso. And I don't know if you saw the post that George Russell put up. He goes, "Oh, I've got your trophy ready for you, Fernando," to give it back to him. It was actually very nice of him. And then Fernando said, like in Spanish, "Thank you, Jorge." He said, "Thank you, Jorge." It's very funny. So yeah, Alonso third, the Mercedes fourth and fifth, finishing ahead of the Ferraris in sixth and seventh. I'm telling you, Ferrari suck. Like absolutely suck.
Scroll down. Where's the
Who are you
where's
looking for?
I'm looking for Lando and geez, the McLarens. Look at him. Terrible. I'll tell you what, Danny Rick jumped off a sinking ship.
Yeah. He did. Stroll didn't finish. The car had troubles there. He was looking very good, though. Very dangerous before that happened. Any other interesting? Sonoda's looking okay. Gasly and Ocon, very good in that Alpine. I think Alpine is a Monty for the fourth spot in the constructors. It's just theirs for the taking, to be honest. Ferrari shithouse. I got nothing to say there on them. Hamilton drove very, very well. Credit where credit is due for him. Drove very well.
I see the comment about he's seen him saying that it's a dream for every F1 driver to drive for Ferrari.
He's not going to Ferrari. Why would you go there? Like, I don't get why he would leave to go drive for Ferrari. Like, what? So he can what? So instead of finishing fifth, he can finish sixth or seventh. Well, he's going to go from a good car, a better mate. I'm telling you, I'm going on the record right now, Sauce. On the record. That Mercedes car is better than the Ferrari.
No, I agree.
Ferrari had their one and only chance to win that world title, and it was last year, and they fucked it.
Because they had a power unit that's still cooked.
Yeah, no, but then they made all those critical errors where they told him to box, not to box, and all those problems. Poor strategy. Their chance to win it was last year. They didn't win it. The Red Bull is miles ahead of them now. Miles ahead. The Mercedes were consistent the whole season. And then towards the end of last year, they caught up a bit on the Ferraris. Now, it's like Ferrari's been in all sorts in the offseason. And Mercedes, their R&D on the car, if you're not sure what that is, that's research and development, ladies and gents. The R&D on the car has been very, very good in the offseason. They've built a quality vehicle coming into the season. Yeah, we know that it's not up to the standard of the Red Bull. But you know what? They're fighting for second in the constructors at the moment with Aston Martin. So I see Hamilton. Will he get a win this year? Yes, I do. I reckon we can see him getting a win. George Russell getting a win? Yes. The car's going to be
look. There has to be a few. There's going to be a few guys that you're pinching for wins. You know, it's very rarely you see like one team dominate and win every race. So look,
but the thing,
I genuinely think and we're talking world title. It's literally teammate against teammate. It's literally Perez against Verstappen. There's 100%. No other team that can win the world title.
No, I agree with you.
Well, no,
the thing is about this race. This is why it's very, very interesting. Yeah, so. They started Charles Leclerc on the softs in this. And he was flying. It's a one-stop race. So you got to pit between lap 13 or 14 to lap 20 on that soft tire. Or 18, depending on the wear and tear and how well you look after it. He was passing everyone. So Leclerc started in 13th in this race, Source, because the power unit changed. So he took the penalty. He's passing everyone. He's got pace. He's dominating. And for some reason, all right, the writing was on the wall there. Hamilton was on the hards. They weren't working. Hamilton put on the mediums. Everyone went to mediums, and they were seeing like success on the tire. It was warming up quicker. It was faster because of the temperature getting in the tire. Then when they decided to put Leclerc and Sainz in, they decided to put hards on the car. I was a bit confused because on a one-stopper with 50 laps, if you pit at lap 21, which I think Leclerc did, or lap 20, because he actually looked after those softs really well, and you put the mediums and you can do 32 laps on the mediums, it tells me that you could have had the faster tire to the end of the race. and potentially could have pinched that 4th or 5th position instead of finishing in 6th and 7th. You were never catching Alonso, yeah, because the vet, mate, he knows how to look after his tires. He drives slow deliberately. And then when he has enough on his tires to push out a gap when he's in trouble, then he hammers it and no one can catch him. He's just too good in that sense because he's been around the traps for too long. Anyway, another stuff up in my opinion. It was just silly. It's like they don't listen to all the other teams and watch the other cars in the pit lane. And, mate, they got access to all their radio comm source. So, like, I don't know. In my opinion, it was just shit play. Just straight
Do
up.
we expect anything more from
No,
from Ferrari? I mean,
they
got rid of Bonotto and they brought in a new guy, and they
scapegoated him and said he was the problem.
They scapegoated. He said he was the problem. Yeah, exactly. Was he?
How about
it's
the car manufacturer? How about that? The technicians, everything. It's not going really well over there at Ferrari. All right, so it's next race, next weekend, Aussie Grand Prix. It's a 3 p.m. race start for us here. Mint Off the Grid episode 1 will happen for that race.
Yeah,
we don't. Last year, I don't think we did either of the first 2 races for Off the Grid. Just the start times are just shit. So
yeah,
we'll be back for that one.
Yeah, we wanted to try to do every race, and I think we made it. We've done every race. We got up at all hours to do every single race.
Oh, it was during COVID, mate.
Oh, I mean, we could, right? Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Where were we
going? We
We
just try and make the races that we can, and this is obviously definitely one. I'm not sure how I'll go. I'll see how I go. If I'm able to walk around, Tommy. You know, I've got a sneaky way to get us into the track, so we may be able to venture down there. I don't know, but it just depends if I can actually walk, mate.
We
don't have. Mate, we don't have to buy a ticket.
I'm aware. We've got to do Off the Grid, mate.
No, we're not getting in illegally, ladies and gentlemen. Right? It's all above board.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like everything else here at Double Coverage. Just kidding. All right, let's move on. NBA source. I thought the thing to do for this week's show is change it up a bit and have a look at the NBA power rankings according to John Schumann on NBA.com. So I just wanted to have a look at this, run it past you. We'll go through the top 10, just give a quick thought on the team if you think they're in the correct position, and then we'll move on. So, hey, Global, welcome. I'll go from 10 to 1, actually. It makes more sense going from 10 to 1. 10 is the Clippers. The 38-34, offensive rating 113, defensive rating 113. 10th, roundabout there for them.
Probably fair.
Then we've got 9th is Memphis Grizzlies. They're 16th in offense, 2nd in defense in the league with a 109.9 defensive rating. So obviously, Ja Morant came back today, hasn't been playing. I reckon that's pretty fair for them. Phoenix has dropped down to 8th. Their offensive rating is 15th. Defensive rating is 6th in the league. Booker averaging 34.1 in March, which is pretty good. He's looked actually very, very good. He was good again today against the Lakers, but mate, that team's wearing thin without the main man on that side now. The main man's hurt, so they're a bit thin. When KD comes back,
as well, which obviously didn't help, but with KD there, I mean, they looked amazing. Those games that I watched them, and when he did play, they looked
freaking side, mate.
They looked brilliant, but the reality is, Domo, they're so reliant on him now. I mean, they shipped off a whole bunch of pieces that would have, helped them. Essentially, Mikal Bridges, what's his name, Cam Johnson. Definitely guys that would have definitely helped. But I mean, that's what they decided to do. That's unfortunately the way it's going to be. And we'll have a look at the standings obviously in a sec and just see where things are at. I think there's only 13 games left in the season, Doma. So, things are getting spicy. Things are
They are
getting
getting spicy. Very spicy. This is a team we haven't spoken about in a while, and it's a team that we flamed in the preseason NBA review, and that is in 7th spot with offensive rating of 5th, the New York Knicks.
Yeah,
Your
look,
thoughts
I mean,
on the Knickerbockers? They're looking all right.
Yeah, I feel like Brunson maybe he is that guy that can lead a team. I mean, he's stepped up his game. He's looked really really good. They've added Josh Hart. They look really good. I mean, look, I hope for Knicks fans that they can do something this year. They maybe win the first series in the playoffs. I think they're probably good enough to. I've watched games of them. They are good enough to, win win games. It's just I don't know. I still struggle with, are you going to get the consistency you need out of Julius Randle, especially because if Julius Randle's having an off night, mate, that team live and dies by that man. He is the barometer. I'm telling you, right? He's the barometer of that team. And if he has a tough night, can the other guys, how many nights is he going to have off in a 7-game series potentially? Does he
especially
have
when you get,
especially
when you're going to isolate him over 7 games?
Well, and I just don't think people understand when you're playing 7 games in a row against the same team, the adjustments that coaches make from game to game, to put guys off from maybe something that worked for them the previous game, and then the next game, Julius Randle's seeing completely different looks, and he can't find a way around it, and his shot's not falling. And we do know he doesn't have the most consistent shot. It can be consistent at times, but it can be times where it's just absolutely way off, and there can be strings of games where he doesn't have it. And he sort of scores a lot of his points on hustle, rebounds, offensive boards, and driving to the basket hard. But there are games where he will take 10 threes and he'll make 2. So, look, I still struggle. In seeing, are we going to see that consistency? And you're going to need it to come from Brunson, and you're going to need the likes of RJ Barrett to step up and give you 15 to 20 points a game as that third role guy. So, look, I feel like they have improved with what they have added from last season, and I feel like they are a better side. So, look, I've got a little bit of hope for the Knicks, but I'm still not sold, and they're still far from one of the best sides in the East, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Next one up, the Sacramento Kings. They're first in offensive rating. Their defensive rating, though, is 24th in the league. But they've proven that they can definitely outscore teams. The only issue is the defensive rating is a factor when it comes to playoff time. A big, big factor. You're having the 24th best defense out of 30 teams.
I think they're top 3 in the West, I believe. Top 3.
They are.
They might be second
They
or
are third in the West.
Yeah, so look, obviously playing amazing. We've seen this before, but don't worry. We've seen this before. We're an amazing offense can be so good during a regular season. But if you have such a discrepancy where your defense is so lackluster in the playoffs, where the refs are renowned for putting the whistle away, there's a bit more touch and feel on defense, harder defense. You don't get as many whistles. You can see that when that hard defense starts clamping down in the playoffs, and there's such a discrepancy for the likes of between their offense and defense, especially in these terms of rating. You just don't see it, man. You just don't see teams win a championship outside a top 10 defense that season. Like, it just doesn't happen, right? And you go back historically, it doesn't happen. So, unfortunately, as good as the Knicks have come, the Kings have become this season, and obviously they've improved a lot. And I feel like Sabonis was an amazing add. That lack of defense and their inability to shut teams down and keep them to lower scores is going to bite them in the playoffs. They might win the first series, but I can't see them, making the Western Conference Finals even. So
Yeah,
I don't know. They're a lot better, but I just don't see them being the best team in the West there.
fair enough. Fifth is a team in the East. I think, what do we got here? So 4 of the top 5 are Eastern Conference team source. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, second. I'll double check that. Yeah. So in 5th, we've got the Cavs. They're 9th in offense, 1st in defense in the comp. They've lost 7 of their last 9 games within the top 7 in the East. Top-ranked defenses allow more than 120 points per 100 possessions in the last 5 of those 7 losses. So they struggled a bit. They've got a good defensive rating, good offensive rating. It's pretty consistent. It just all comes down to who can step up there. They're good because they can share the load between Garland and Donovan Mitchell. But I don't know.
Too small.
Yeah.
Telling you, come playoffs, too small. Garland, Mitchell, it's not going to work. Too small. Guards are too small.
Yeah. 4th seed, 4th in the power rankings are the Denver Nuggets. Their offensive rating is 2nd. Defense is 17th. Jokic has been unbelievable this season. Nothing.
I really don't know what to say because we've seen it before with the Nuggets. I mean,
yeah,
they're
it's just like deja vu.
And then they get to the off season, and I mean, look, it's hard to say. I mean, they did lose a 7-game series, a few, to the Lakers. I think we beat them in 7 that season where we went and won the title. But look, I need to see something different. I hope because I really want Jokic to win a title. I feel like he deserves it. I mean, he's carried that team for so long. I mean, you had so many guys injured. Over periods of time, and he's literally just gone, all right, I'll just put the whole team on my back. We'll still be the number 1 record or number 2 record in the West, and I'll carry us to the off season. And then he gets the off season, and unfortunately, they can't pull it through. So, look, I don't know. I still don't believe that the Nuggets can do it. I just don't.
I'm with you on that one. I don't think they can either, to be honest. It's deja vu. We've seen this story before. It's just, no confidence in them. Confidence in Jokic, but not in the team. 3rd, this is source. This is what you want ideally going into the playoffs. 4th in offense, 4th in defense. Very consistent side. 2-star players that share the load on a night on, night off basis. That is Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. That is a Boston Celtics source. They've been very, very good. I know they've lost 6 of their last 11 games.
Yeah, don't worry. It's a little hiccup before playoffs.
No one cares. This is the same shit they were doing last season after the All-Star break. Yeah, they've lost 6 of the 11. I get that. But good defense, good offense, very consistent. As a team, once again, you don't want to face on a nightly basis, especially a team you don't want to play in the playoffs in a 7-game series, that's for sure, because we know what they can do. They can get back to the finals. In my opinion, they can come out of the East. They just got to tidy up a few things. Let's put it this way. If Jason Tatum can have 50 less turnovers than he did last year, instead of having 100 in the whole playoffs, he has 50. That makes a big difference to the overall success of your team as well. I'm not blaming it all on him. I'm just saying, they got to just tighten up a few screws there. They got a bit, I don't know, they're a bit rusty in a few areas, mate, in the playoffs last year, and it didn't bid well for them.
I think he's set for a big series, man. His big playoff series.
Yeah, so do I.
He knows he didn't. I mean, overall, he had a good playoff series, but he knows that. I mean, he holds one of the stats that you do not want to hold, which is a player to have the most turnovers of any player ever in a playoff run, and that's Tate. So he holds that record. And I'm sure he's aware of that. And I feel like, he's tried to improve on that this season. And I mean, that team's gotten better, man. They've even got more depth, I feel, this season. Their bench, remember we questioned their bench? I feel like the guys coming off the bench, Brogdon, you got, I'm trying to think, Brogdon, Pritchard, who's grown again. You got
Grant
Grant
Williams
coming off the bench, who's grown again, gotten better. So I feel like their bench has improved, and I feel like, I mean, that's gonna. You need the others to step up, and they've got a couple of guys in others, and I'd say one, Derek White. He's not afraid at the moment.
No,
I feel like he'll step up in this playoff run at some point and have a big game, and you need that. So I like the Celtics a lot. I like them a lot. So I feel like they're definitely one of the teams that is, in my opinion, one of the probably the 4 teams that can win the title.
Definitely. We'll get to your question, your comment there, Matty, in a second. Second is the Bucks, 17th in offense, 3rd in defense. The funny stat here, they're 21-1 with Lopez and Giannis in the lineup. The only loss has come to the team source that is sitting on top of the power rankings, which are the Philadelphia 76ers, who are 3rd in offense, 7th in defense. So just a quick chat about the Bucks and the 76ers, who are both sitting atop of the standings. Top 3 in the standings in the East. Obviously, Philly's been the best team over the last month by a mile. They've just been dominating, and that is reflecting in, of course, Joel Embiid and his dominance on the court.
Yeah, look, I like both these teams. I feel like Bucks are a more, complete team. And I mean, Joel Embiid at some point has to shut up his critics. I mean, you don't have to don't look at Giannis. Giannis has already shut up his critics. I mean, he's got a title. Yeah, you can't say anything about Giannis. Yeah. I mean, he could arguably win MVP this season. He's actually having a better season statistically than Joel Embiid, but apparently it's not even close. And Joel Embiid is by far the winner, according to some pundits.
I did see that source. I did see that.
But Joel Embiid has to shut up his critics. He has to go out there. He has to have a big playoff run. He has to make the Eastern Conference Finals at least, minimum. Like, Philly doesn't get a pass unless they make Eastern Conference Finals. And then if they do it, I'd be expecting Joel Embiid to get to the finals. Now, obviously, it's all being healthy. You're going to need Harden to not get injured and Embiid not to get injured. That's, once again, a bit of a worry. There is also that worry with, the Bucks because, with say it or not, but without Chris Middleton, that team's not winning another title this season. I mean, he's so vital to that team. He is the closer. We've seen last 2 minutes, the game is close. Giannis passes the ball to Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton hits the shots. Drew Holiday hits the shots. Giannis very literally takes the shots in the last 2-3 minutes. He makes the plays. He draws the defense, makes the plays. He doesn't take the jump shots. He doesn't take the hard contested, fadeaway jumpers. Like, that's not his game. He might take them at times during the game, but last 2-3 minutes, he doesn't take them. And you're going to see those close games in a playoff run. You're going to see those in a conference finals, in a finals. You're going to see those close games, and you're going to need a guy who to pull you out, and Chris Middleton's that guy. So I think both these teams, it depends on health. And I think if both these teams do stay healthy, it'd be tough. It's tough for me to say that, they're going to face it off in the Eastern Conference Finals because I think Boston's, just as good as both of these teams. I feel like Bucks is the most complete team, and I like the Bucks the most. So I feel like I'll probably put them in there. And then it's out of, Celtics and Philly to make the Eastern Conference Finals. But I reckon Bucks gets there, albeit, Chris Middleton stays healthy. Drew Holiday stays healthy. There's healthy, is there. I like the Bucks a lot. So, look, Doma, I'm going to say the Bucks make the Eastern Conference Finals, and then after that, well, we'll just wait and see. I'm not going to sign on anyone yet. But Joel Embiid, you need to shut the critics up, and to do that, you're going to make the Eastern Conference Finals. That's it. No,
agreed.
No
Agreed.
Doubt about it. I mean, you have
Completely agree with
you have to. And look, you have to go out valiant in the Eastern Conference Finals. You can't go out with. We've seen it before where he's got. I mean, I think he has made one Eastern Conference Finals.
Can't throw Ben under the bus.
Can't throw can't throw Ben under the bus this time, buddy. So you've got to perform. You've got to perform.
Completely agree. All right, Sauce, let's move on. UFC. It was a huge card, but you got a bit of a promo to get into before we get there.
Yes, I do, Doma. And that is, of course, the Roll Clean Soap, the number one in MMA, BJJ, and martial arts hygiene. If you want to keep smelling fresh and destroy the competition when you walk into the gym, hit up Roll Clean Soap for the best soap in the business. I'll tell you what, Dom, I cracked open the turmeric. I think it was turmeric and lemon the other day, and it lathered up on the loafer beautifully. I came out smelling amazing. I couldn't believe how good it smelled. I was, whoa. Mate, I was like, man, I don't even got to put on aftershave. That's how good I smell coming out of this shower. But Dom, I believe they've got a special on at the moment. So, I mean, you can use the promo code double coverage, of course, at checkout for 20% off your order. Or I believe they've got a special on the moment, Dom. Make sure you let the pundits know what's going on there at Roll Clean. So,
I'm going straight
to
there.
Get to all your varieties, and make sure you don't go past their post training assisted boost balm, magnesium boost balm. That is unbelievable. The reviews on that is amazing. I'm going to have to get some of that and try that myself, because I tell you what, after a hard gym session, lifting weights, building these strong arms here, mate. I'll tell you what,
put some on your freaking ankle. You could use it on the ankle at the moment.
I definitely could. Make sure you check those out, ladies and gentlemen. Head to www.rollclean. Hang on. Rollclean. I don't want to mess this up.
.com.au.
Yeah, I don't want to mess it up. Rollclean.com.au. Check them out or hit them up on socials. Roll Clean, we've got your back. It's the best in the business, Dom. I'm telling you, I can't believe Australian-made, family-owned business, all made with local products. It's got natural beeswax that is also farmed in Adelaide in the product from a local farmer. You got your natural essential oils in there, 100% natural essential oils in there, giving them some of that amazing smell. Absolutely brilliant stuff.
Roll there you go, Sauce. There's the flash sale. There's the flash sale.
That's what I mean. Flash
30% off.
Hang on. Let me.
There it is. 30% off. Order added at checkout. Get in there. Get your balls smelling nice. Get yourself smelling nice. We've got a few card shows coming up. I'm hoping that everyone was using Roll Clean down at the Adelaide show on Sunday. Maddie. That's what I was hoping. Sydney this weekend on Sunday. Melbourne Card Fair this weekend.
I'm telling you,
Sunday.
I'm getting on there. I'm ordering some of that magnesium stuff tonight. Got to get some delivered, mate.
Thank you very much once again
balm
to Roll Clean. Matt says Kat's watching, and she says, thanks, guys. Much love for Kat. She does a fantastic job. Maddie's just the front man. He's just what's it called? He's the hired goon, mate.
He's the assistant.
He's the guy that stands there just to intimidate everyone. Yeah, we love Maddie. All right, get into it. Sauce was a massive card.
UFC 286, massive card. I'll run through the results. You had Marvin, the Italian stallion Vettori, defeating Roman Dolidze, giving him his second loss in professional MMA in the middleweight division. Third round decision. Jennifer Maia defeating Casey O'Neill, third round decision. Gunnar Nelson defeating Brian Barberena with a first round submission in the welterweight division. Lightweight division, this was a cracking fight. Justin Gaethje against Rafael Fiziev. Mate, Gaethje is always in entertaining fights, and credit to Fiziev. I don't know if you've seen his face after the fight. He had dripping blood, cuts all over the eyes, and he just kept coming forward. He would not go down. He took that much punishment. I thought Fiziev would do a lot better, but it just goes to show, Gaethje's got a lot more fights under the belt, and the wily old veteran Gaethje, he showed that he still can bang it with the best of them, and he put Fiziev to the sword. I mean, he won on decision, but it was a unanimous decision in the end. And then the main event, Leon Rocky Edwards defeats Kamaru Usman, settles the trilogy. Definitely shut me up. I thought that Usman was going to come back and, light him up, but fought a brilliant fight. Fought an absolutely brilliant fight, and you know what? You can't have any complaints if you're Usman. You lost that fight fair and square. Edwards landed now the much cleaner shots. He was able to, control, not get controlled when Usman tried to take him down. I think Usman had a number of failed takedown attempts, which that counts for points in Edwards' corner when the guys fails to take you down and you're able to get back to your feet. So that played well for him. And then on the feet, I mean Edwards, in my opinion, is actually better on the feet than Usman. And Usman tried to get into the ground, and he wasn't able to. And I felt like that was where Usman, could have won the fight. Obviously, wrestle him, get the ground control, and get more points and win the fight that way. He tried to do that. Edwards nullified it. Deserved to win the fight. And congratulations, Leon Edwards. He's 2-1 on the trilogy. And look, I think Usman's good enough. And if he does go on and win a couple of fights in a row, I feel like he'll face Edwards once again. Should Edwards hold on to that belt? So that's UFC 286. It was a cracking card, and there was a lot of great fights. This weekend, we've got a UFC Fight Night, Vera versus Sandhagen. This will be a cracking one. The main card kicks off from 10 a.m. The co-main event is Holly Holm against Yana Kuznitskaya. Oh, that was a tough one. But check that out. The prelim card, I think, kicks off from 7 a.m. So also check that out. We'll just have a look and see if there's any Aussies fighting. Not that I can see. So always like to let the people know when the Aussies are on. But it should be another good card. It looks like there's a couple of bangers on here. So check it out this weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice. Saucy. Just the teams have just rolled on through here for the games for footy before we do get into hobby talk. Tippin Woody injured, so he's out, Sauce.
Oh, no.
That's what it's listed as here. Any interesting ones? Kuchichelli omitted. Perryman's injured. Josh Kelly out. So GWS, no Perryman, no Kelly, no Lockie Whitfield this week. All omitted. Aaron Cadman will make his debut. The number 1 draft pick. So he'll make his debut for GWS. Franklin out with suspension. Chad Wingard is out injured. Aiden Core and Goldstein in this weekend for North. Adam Trelaw out injured. Rory Lobb out injured for Western Bulldogs. So some big ones there. Jeremy Howe out, of course. Dane Zorko back in the side against the D's, who have got Bailey Fritsch, Jack Viney, and Stephen May coming into the side this week, Source. I think they're 3 handy players, if you ask me. So the D's looking pretty strong there. And then, of course, Tom Stewart out and Brandon Parford out for Cooper White, and Jack Bowles makes his debut for the Cats. Laid out as well for the Blues in this one. Source Jack Martin out with a calf injury, so he won't be playing tonight. There you go. Matty Tape said he had one dude had his singles box, which he should have gave some roll clean to because he stunk.
I'm telling you what we need. We need a roll clean deodorant, mate, so we can just go. Yeah. No worries.
I spoke to Matty Tape about that at Hobby Hangout. I had a good chat to him.
You need one? Yeah, hey, mate. Just put some of that on. Roll clean. You need some of that.
Yeah, put it on. And if he says, what are you saying? I smell. You say, yeah, you fucking do. You stink like shit. I'm trying to make you smell good, mate. Put some roll clean on. He says Shane Mitchell just got signed to PFL, which is, he's fighting
SA
in
boy.
Vegas. So, yeah, he's an SA boy, big fighting. Boy. Yeah. The PFL, if you don't know, is big competition over in the States. After training spray, he's working on it. There you go. Very nice. All right, Sauce. Fun and games. Here it comes. Hobby talk. I can't wait for this one. Brought to you by Platinum Standard Grading. Thank you to the crew there at Platinum Standard Grading for all your grading needs in Australia. Saucy, we've got a bit to get through here. You're actually going to rip some packs open too, which is good. But here we go. Tops Project 22. We've got to get through this week. Congrats as well to Anthony at Neon Trading Cards who hit the 1-on-1 Sam Kerr.
Soccer Cards Australia, mate.
Soccer Cards Australia, but he's at Neon.
He's at Neon, yeah, he's at
Neon. Yeah, he hit
both,
the 1-on-1
both,
Sam. Both. 1-on-1 Sam Kerr, Tops Project 22 card by Tyson Beck. Very nice.
He did. I'll just say this as a preface, ladies and gentlemen. He ordered 50 of them, right? So
that's what you do, don't you?
No, I don't order 50 of them. I've probably ordered 40 to 50 Project 22, 2022 cards altogether, and I have still yet to hit a numbered.
I love it. Well, we've never hit one. Project 22, Garvey by Aches. There's a Garvey. Fabio Cavallo by Case McLean. Trevor Shalabar by Ivan Bezlic. Here we go. Ronaldo by Che Heinen.
Oh, might have to get one of those.
R9. It's actually very nice.
That's a nice card.
And then a Luka Sucic by Vincent Aseo. So very nice there. Saw some nice cards. That Ronaldo looks freaking sick. So that's that. I'm just going to get through a few things, Source, all right? And then there's a couple things we've got to talk about. You might want to start getting some of the Disney stuff up if you need to share some stuff. Next one, South Australian Card Show had over 900 people walking through the doors on the weekend. That's a fantastic turnout. Congratulations to everyone there. To Stephen for setting up another show. Organizer. Yep. To everyone that was out there supporting the show once again. Awesome stuff. Sauce and I will be working towards the goal of being there again in November. So,
yep,
that's our aim.
We know November. I think November 25th, I believe.
25th. Yep, November 25th.
Don't quote me.
No, it is. It is. Yep. November 25th.
So I've marked it in the calendar. Looking forward to it. Going to try and get to the show again this year. And hopefully this time tee up to stay the night so we don't have to rush around so much.
Yeah, exactly right. Next one, just a quick product breakdown. We haven't done these in a few weeks, but we've got NBA Origins, which came out today, March 22nd, or yesterday. So here it is. Hobby box contains 7 cards per pack, 1 pack per box. Look for rookie autos, 1 additional auto or mem card, 2 parallel, 1 insert and 2 base cards on average. Collect on-card autos of hot rookies from the 22-23 NBA draft class, which is good. Chase autographs in rookie autos, elevation SIGs, and universal autos. And look for one-of-a-kind parallels in each set. Find the new hobby-exclusive Tiger Eyes super short print insert and look for a brand new lineup of inserts this year in Origins, including Dawn, Team Origins, and Roots of Greatness. Collectors will love the incredible lineup of parallel content in the base set, which includes veterans and rookies from across the league. And look for the following hobby exclusive parallels in red, blue, orange, neon green, turquoise, white, gold, green, and a one-of-a-kind black parallel. It's not one of a kind anymore. I can tell you that much for free. It's that saturated. It's not one of a kind. Chase the popular booklet cards in 6-star SIGs and rookie auto booklet patches. And look for the 1-on-1 black parallels in each set. Very nice. Here's a bit of a preview on what they look like. Actually, this is where we stuffed up last time. If we do it like this, we get a better look at the card. There we go. There's Benedict Mathurin, an AD there. Chris Paul. Here's the Tiger Eye Sauce. You'd be all over that. Yeah, okay. His reaction says it all because I reckon it looks shit too. Origins, Dawn. There's a Dyson Daniels. That's a nice looking card. Elevation, nice. Jaden Ivey.
Nice. Elevation. Good. Are these on card? Are they going back to on card?
Well, the rookies are meant to be on card, it says.
Okay, that's good.
The rookies. This will be a sticker, though. The Lulu will be a sticker.
Well, yes, because they got Lulu. They've got him on a Panini deal. So
there he is, your boy.
Shitload for him. Banchero. He's going to be a gun. And I'll tell you what, I won't be buying any of his cards because they're going to be absolutely fucking the roof.
Chet Holmgren, and there's the product info down there. So if you're keen on Origins, have a look. Dawn cards. Did they get their ideas from Steven Spielberg? I'm surprised there isn't a ET on there. He also says he did a small video on his YouTube source. It took him 15 minutes.
No comment. Mine don't take me 15 minutes. It takes me like 3 to 5 hours to edit these videos.
Barbecue at Mr. Core Kings. If we go down,
I could just whiz it all together and be. Oh, I should have done it already. At this point, Matty, let's be honest. We may never get it. We may never get it. It could be the greatest footage that never gets released.
The lost files.
The lost files of the South Australian card show.
Double coverage of lost files. All right, Sauce. Let's get to a bit of fun before you open some footy stars, and we can talk about that product. First one, your favorite company of all time, Dibs.io.
But I remember back. Hang on,
they don't exist anymore.
Oh, they don't exist anymore. You know who invested in that? Hello, Lemon Wilson. That's who invested in that. Lemon Wilson with his PPP loan that he got from fucking Trump.
Oh, Lemon Wilson. Oh no. Yeah, and another great man also invested in that. So anyway, he may or may not own PSA. So
I said it from the start when I brought these attention to these fractional companies. I mean, we reported. I mean, we tried to get Dibs on the show to find out what it was about. I even signed up and had a look at it. But when I thought about it and was like, hang on. So you're telling me I own a fraction of a card? I'm like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, the whole point of owning a card is the fact that you can hold that card in your hand. You can, look at it. You can, feel it, touch it. Like, when you own it on a screen, it's just like, well, I mean, why didn't I just buy NFTs? Or
it's different to vaulting.
It's different to
vaulting your card.
Oh, completely different.
On the PW, because you can get it back in your hands if you want it.
Exactly.
You request it back. Where this, it's like, it's an investment.
It didn't make sense to me. I was just like, mate, I'm not going to buy fractions of a card. I'd rather buy stocks, or I'd rather buy crypto, or I'd rather buy NFTs. Like, if I'm going to go down that road, I'd rather buy that stuff. Not this rubbish. So, look, I'm not surprised it's not around. I believe collectibles still going strong. So there are some that have succeeded in a way. But I did warn you guys that I wouldn't be surprised if this fractional company was a big circle jerk for these high-end collectors to falsely price their cards and then get unsuspecting lemons to pretty much buy fractions of that card and then give it a value that it's not actually worth, because a whole pool of people has come together to own the card instead of one idiot paying that price for that card. So they've fooled a whole bunch of lemons. So look, I did say that I felt like that's what was going on a little bit in that sector. So I'm not surprised to see that Dibs is shut down. I'm not surprised at all.
I'm not surprised either. No comments. I think that's safe to say. You just said who's involved in it, so that should just pretty much sum it all up. Of course, the great news today, Source. 28th of April. Book it in your calendar. Showtime Kenny. Uncle Kenny is going live globally around the world. He's got his show releasing on Netflix. He's got everyone on there. Apparently, he's talking about all these collectibles and stuff through the auction house and what's coming through. And he's got special guests of the likes of Peyton Manning, which we love. A couple other celebrities. But, of course, the big main one, Source, is he's going to have Drake on there. And we know that he's very good friends with Drake, old Uncle Kenny. So waiting for this one. It's been a long time coming. Obviously, probably a good time to drop the show. The market's not as hot as when the talks of this show being released were out there in the community. So who knows? Does it pop it up, or does it prop up items in not just for his auction house? You know, it helps all auction houses, to be honest, because probably more eyes go not just onto Golden, but they start looking for other avenues as well, such as PWCC and Heritage and stuff like that. So we'll wait and see what happens. I'm looking forward to, obviously, Uncle Ken on the show. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought Sports Card Radio will be on there, that's for sure. I got a 9-figure bank account.
Do you reckon he'll talk about his venture into Scoreboard Inc., his old company? They used to have memorabilia, and I
wouldn't have thought so.
And he doesn't even sell his own memorabilia that has his COA on it on his own auction house now. Do you reckon he'll talk about that?
Probably wouldn't have thought so.
Do you reckon he'll talk about how he used to sell fake autographs of players? Maybe.
I wouldn't have thought so either.
Okay. All right.
I am keen to see one thing, though. One thing, Source. I'm very keen. All right? Because they're obviously going to talk about basketball cards, and that should be episode 1. All right? But there's one thing I'm keen to see. When the camera pans out and there's 5 different Jordan rookies, I'm keen to see which one he picks as the actual legit Jordan rookie. The one 2 years into his career, the one that happened 2 years prior, is it his Wizards card? Is that his rookie card? Who freaking knows with this bloke? So that's what I'm keen. And as Matty Tabe said, comes with a free set of steak knives, mate. There you go.
Comes with a free set of steak knives. Back in 1997, we knew which rookie card it was, mate. All right, back then. But now, according to what he's been saying recently, it was the 86 Fleer. And then when the star came, then it was the star. So it was 86 Fleer. In 97, it was the Nike promo. In 2020, it was the 86 Fleer. And in 2022, it was the 85 star. He's changed his mind 3 times.
Anyway, they can do that, I guess. So we look forward to that. That's some other hobby news there. Now over to you, Source. The great and powerful world of Disney has set the world alight with their 100th anniversary.
Yeah, set the world alight. So anyone who's not aware, there's Disney's making 100th anniversary, 100th year of Disney and anniversary set. I seen a post today, something about that, Mickey was in a certain date, and it's actually a 95th year of Disney and not actually the 100th year. I don't know if that's legit or not. I don't know. I don't know why they would release a 100th year set and then be 5 years off. It's a bit bizarre, but I haven't done the research. So if you do the research and do find out if it's not actually true, let me know. But regardless, there's a 100th year set come out, and the first release is by a company called Kakawau _global. Now I'll bring them up. Hang on, let me just share my window. Share this one. All right. Hang on, let me just make this big screen there. All right. How's that go? Is that gone wide screen for you? There we go. All right. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So Kakawau _global. This is the company. And this is the set here. So there you go. Disney 100 set. Phantom. If you haven't seen what the boxes look like, I'll show you now. Here you go. Here's another little thing. There's the boxes there. Now, this company is very, very new. As you can see, they literally only have 511 followers, and they, only have 10 posts on their Instagram. You go to their Twitter, they have only 397 followers, and they've got 53 tweets. So they're very, very new. Now, what Kakawau Global is, they are a Chinese-based company that produces a trading card. and they have obtained the license to produce this Disney set, and they've got licenses for other sets, but exclusive Chinese, obviously the Chinese version with Chinese writing on it and things. So this is the very first set to come out of the Disney 100th anniversary set. And Doma, these are getting pumped to the absolute moon. Like we are seeing some Marvels type shit on this, where the Marvels boxes went from freaking $100 a box to fucking $2,000 a box. We're seeing some Star Wars pumping type shit on this, where the Star Wars boxes went just, so we had Star Wars boxes that I was telling people to buy for 175, dollars a box, and then they started flogging off for $550 to $600 a box. We're seeing that level, Doma. We're literally seeing that level. So I'll bring up. Hang on, let me just share my screen again. Bring this up. So I'll bring up obviously Cardladder, the best researching tool. Paid version. The best free version is by far the 130 point, because you don't have to pay. But this is paid version. If you don't want to check it out, make sure you hit the link in the description, ladies and gentlemen. We get a little kickback. We actually get $2 a month, $2.50 a month if you subscribe. So that'd be amazing. Here are the boxes. So here you can see the most recent boxes: $550 box, $550 box, a case, $5,200. Let's just go back. Let's just go back. Say 16th of March, just last week. You had cases going for $2,400. Boxes on eBay going for $320. We know someone that bought a box for $150 USD, right? And he could have got multiple boxes at that price. And this was just 3 weeks ago. So you're telling me within 3 weeks, for any unknown reason, these boxes have gone for $120 to $150 USD to $550 USD, right? And cases have gone from about $1,500 USD to $5,000 USD. It just doesn't make sense, Donna. It just does not make sense.
What's the let me just get this up here. The fucking hit. What are some of the hits in this freaking thing, bro?
It just doesn't make sense.
Card. It's a chromium product. I get that.
It's a chromium product. It looks amazing. But this is what I'll say, Doma. This is only one of 300th anniversary sets that are getting released. There is also a Japanese version, which is made by Weiss Schwartz, who are a Japanese...
which is probably the more popular one.
More popular. And Weiss Schwartz has been around for a lot longer. So if I'm looking at this as a collector, right, I'm looking at this going, hang on, would I rather buy into a company that's literally just popped out of nowhere, got the licenses, is Chinese, and yeah, all right, I understand they've released their 100th anniversary Disney set first, or would I buy the Weiss Schwartz 100th anniversary set, which you can still pre-order boxes for $120 AUD, that is, so about 80 USD, and you can pre-order boxes as many as you want. Yes. You can still pre-order them. And I'm sure that most likely those boxes will probably go up. They may not get as pumped as these Kakawau ones, but I mean,
I reckon the Weiss Schwartz ones are going to get pumped.
Oh, probably. But if they are, ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you the go ahead now. I mean, head to a website. I'll throw off a few Pokey box. I think they might have some pre-sales. I think TC Drew Group, which I just tagged them on my story today. I went down there and bought some One Piece boxes. They've got some, I believe, on pre-order. There's a whole bunch of other places that also have some Weiss Schwartz, Disney 100th anniversary set on pre-order. I'll actually bring it up, Dom. I think instead of being lazy, I'll just bring it up for people.
Have a look at this. So that's a black Alice in Wonderland 101 that sold for $3,915. This here, Mickey Mouse, is number to 100 source. Funnily enough, it is a Mickey Mouse auto.
Who's autographing?
Obviously, it's a facsimile print into the card.
No, maybe unless it gets surely it doesn't get autoed by the voiceover. factor.
No, God, no. That sold for 2,350 USD. Fuck. Anyway, well, it says here Disney Lorcana and Weiss Schwartz Disney 100 are releasing soon. So when this Lorcana comes out, as we saw with the
Yeah. So I'll just show you this one. So here's the Weiss Schwartz Disney 100. So this is TCG Group Australia. You know, find your local retailer. Or this is just one that I know of, and I visited them today. So I'm obviously giving them a shout out. There, you can pre-order these boxes. Those Cacawao boxes, you've seen the crazy price on them. Look, once again, I'll bring it up. There's the crazy price on them. I believe they said there was only about 4,000 cases of this or something like that, or 8,000 boxes or something like that. I don't really know, 8,000 cases. I'm not exactly sure, but there's a number on it. I'm not exactly sure how many there is going to be printed of the Weiss Schwartz one. I wouldn't have a clue.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, there it is there, Doma. You can pre-order it in a number of places. So if you want to, and the only reason I'm telling you guys this is because, you know what, at $140 for the box, regardless, even if you don't, like it doesn't go up, you rip it for $140. You got a niece, you got a nephew, something, rip it with them, have some fun. It's $140. It's a cheap rip. And you know what? If the cards do start to skyrocket, sweet, sell them. You make some money. And if they don't, oh, well, you had fun ripping it with a family member, a niece, a nephew, a cousin, someone who knows Disney. You know, it might be yourself, Doma, who loves Disney. Your wife loves Disney. So it would be fun.
It might be the way to get her to buy a box of cards.
Exactly. So there you go. So, like, I mean, could be a fun rip, and, you know, check it out. But don't buy into the Cacawao pump. It's getting pumped by some serious guys, and guys that, you know, I'm not going to drop names because I can't be fucked with that shit, but guys in the hobby, same guys that fucking wanted to pump Star Wars, same guys that want to pump the Fleer metal universe. When I told people on this show to buy the what was that metal universe Spider-Man? The Spider-Man Metal Universe. Remember that set, Doma? And I was telling people it was very cheap at $200 a box or whatever it was. Pre-order it, get a box. And then that started to get pumped by them. So these same people are pumping this shit as well. Don't get caught, because we've seen where this goes. Yes, it's all great now. And if you ordered it early, like we had a friend and was able to sell some of the cards early and make money off it, sure, sell it, make money, sell into the lemons. But telling you this doesn't end well. Do not buy the cards now, because you're going to lose money.
Source was one of those people. I don't know who you're talking about, by the way, the pumping thing. So I'm just going to have a stab here. You can just say yes or no. Was one of the people the Grand Le Monde?
The Great Le Monde? Yes, one of those people. Yeah. Also with sports cards, Le Monde. I'm going to say it's called Sports Cards something else. I actually follow them on Instagram, but I call them Sports Cards Le Monde, because all he does is he's a hobby store, and he catches onto these trends, buys it, pumps it, and then tries to break it and pump it to his followers. And unfortunately, sad thing is, this hobby store, his followers buy into this shit and buy into his breaks and buy into his pumped products, which is really, really sad.
Anyway, stuff them. They're lemons. So, all right, so let's get to
We're nearly hitting an hour. We're nearly hitting an hour 30.
Let's rip some product, because the footy starts in 14 minutes. The footy starts. Yeah. While you're getting your Footy Stars packs ready, let's quickly have a look at the checklist. So, Saucy, this is the first time we're looking at it. He's got a few packs to rip. Cards to hit in this, of course. Mascots, they're 1 in 6 packs. Essential 1 in 6 packs. The milestone games are 1 in 9. The classifieds are 1 in 36. Numbers are 1 in 36. The predictors, common medals, all that type of stuff, rising stars, they're the ones you're looking at. They're the chase. The instant win is what we really want Saucy to hit. The iconics are 1 in 432 packs. Saucy will hit the iconic, and it'll be up for sale tomorrow. I can tell you that much.
Rubbish.
Then there's these carbons here, number to 195, which Saucy, these are the hobby release cards, so you won't be hitting any of those. Spectrum redemptions are there, Brownlow predictors, all that type of jazz. There you go. So a bit of a look there. Matty Tabe, how did the gold packs go? He hasn't opened them yet, Matty.
Oh, that's a good question, Matty. No, I haven't opened them. Actually, they're right here, so I could open them after this.
Make yourself big,
They're
mate.
right down there. You make me
how
big.
do we-
I'm confused. You
how do
drag
you
me
do
across.
it?
Drag me across.
No, I'm learning here. Oh,
Here we go.
the
All
hell?
right, we'll have a look at the look.
Whoops.
I'm gonna skip through the base cards eventually and just show the
Yeah,
hits.
yeah.
But we'll have a look. We'll have a look at a few base cards just to sort of see what they look at. Really nice looking base cards. Like really,
You happy
really
with
good.
the design source? I like it.
Quality,
You happy with
quality
it? We're
looking
happy
base
with it.
cards. There's the back of the base card there, Bontempelli, and there's obviously there's the front. All right, we're gonna go through. I'm not gonna muck around. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go straight to the hit. Essentials, Rory Sloane.
Oh, nice.
And that was it. All right. Next pack. No mucking around here, mate. No.
So essentials are 1 in 6. Yeah.
That's a pretty standard essentials. That's like your
That and the
pretty-
mascots. That mascots and milestones are.
So here we go. I've got an AFL milestone of Darcy Tucker, 100-game milestone. It's a pretty standard hit.
Doesn't even play for them anymore. He plays for North Melbourne now.
Well, does he now?
Tugger. Yep.
Here we go. You know what would be an idea, so I don't have to go rummaging through this later. Chuck the hits out, so I can just put the base cards in a box. I've got another box of this ready to go, Doma. I'll tell you what, they seal these freaking packs well.
I'm yet to buy one packet of these. I'm surprised I haven't picked up anything, to be honest. But
100-game milestone, Ryan Burton.
He's still there.
For the Port Power.
Hopefully you hit a Bailey Sniff or a Ginnivan or something.
Oh, no. What, so you can...
Or a Buddy. They're the guys you love. Buddy. You like Buddy. Who else? Tipper.
Tipper Woody.
You can hit a 5 for me.
Fifey. Here we go. I've got a Taylor Walker. I don't know what this is. Is that just a... I'm pretty sure they're pretty common. 1 in every 6 packs, I think. It's just a silver, sort of looks like a bit like a silver prism insert style.
There you go.
Come on. I got these from my local newsagents today. I just went in there to post a card, picked them up.
Cat worked out that there's 3 little slits in the back of the pack that you can put your thumb on to rip it open.
All right, I'm going to have to go with that. There you go. Mascots, absolutely horrendous. Don't know why they would do that.
Shit.
I don't know why they would do that. Why don't you?
Looks so
Why wouldn't you
shit.
just keep it as the actual mascot, man? Like the kids know the mascot, and and Essendon's mascot is a freaking mosquito, mate. It's not even the fucking right mascot.
I'll tell you something, Sauce, about the mascots in footy. They've lost their power with their kids. Mate, you got to try and bring them back through the cards. That's how you do it. Oh, that looks horrific. At least it's Essendon. You put it in the toilet, but...
There we go. That was pretty clean. That might be the way to go.
Cat knows best, Saucy, so...
There we go. Well, let me tell you that she does, because those roll clean soaps are beautiful.
Exactly.
James Aish. Silver insert.
And if she didn't know best, she'd whip your ass anyway, so...
I'll tell you what, she beat me rolling on the ground in BJJ. Kicked my ass.
Maddie said it's on the back in the middle, you lemon.
Yes! Rallo predictor! Bang! Wild card!
That's nice. Good. Well done.
As well. Let's
D's.
go. Fuck, that's got a chance, man. Petrarch, Clayton Oliver. Bang.
That's
going
a
up
good hit.
79 of 260. You fucking beauty. Let's go. I'm getting that one up on the pages tonight. Let's go. We've got a Brooke Lachlan insert as well. Women's. Very nice. Very nice. Bang,
You've
I'm
nailed
pumped.
it. Yeah, that's the box hit. So every
That
other
is-
pack's
that-
going to be shit.
That is the box hit. And that's what I said to the guy when I picked out. I
Do
said,
not-
no. I said, he was giving me 10 packs and he was just grabbing me 10 from the top. I said, no, you can't just give me 10 from the top. I need to grab a few that are down the bottom, a few that are in the middle. And I picked out 3 down the bottom, picked out 3 from the middle. And then I've gotten lucky, mate. I've just gotten lucky.
So the word of advice source is do not go back to that newsagent until there's a freshie box.
Yeah, fresh box. That's exactly right. I'm like, mate, is
Pick
it a
a-
fresh box? Because I've already hit the box hit.
Yeah, pick a new local post office.
We've got an AFL milestone, Mitch Duncan, a 250 gamer. The milestones look good.
No, the milestones
Nice.
look pretty good.
They
They're
look good.
better than what they've looked like in the past. So
I think they brought back also the 300 gamer insert, so which is good. There's a few 300 gamers.
nice. You haven't hit an essential yet,
Yeah, I did. Mitch Duncan.
did you? Oh, yeah, you did too.
I hit one. I've got a Mitchy Duncan there. Oh, hang on. I'll show you. There you go. Essential was at the start.
Oh yeah, Sloan Ranger.
Bruce. Yeah, they look good. They look good. You don't, and ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you, don't get caught up in the pink essential bullshit because apparently the pink essentials were in Kmart starter packs, so you could only get them at Kmart only, Kmart exclusive. Apparently, they said that roughly they're numbered to 180, but they're not numbered. So how do you really know that there's only 180 of them? You don't. And there's a lot of Kmarts in this country, so don't buy into the bullshit that they're really that short printed. If it ain't have a number on it, you don't know how many's out there.
Exactly.
Well, people are trying to sell those ones for 5 times, like 10 times the amount of a normal essential.
No surprise.
All right, last pack, which sure I can't really top it. Oh, of course, got him. The dirtiest player in the game. There he is.
Woo!
Tommy Lynch, dirtiest player in the game.
There he is. You always want to be a Ric Flair wannabe. There you go.
I tell you what, I'm actually pumped after those 10.
That's
packs, That's
so,
a big hit.
I know you
That's
said
to
I
be
know
one
you
of the
said,
biggest hits I've
I know you
ever
said
got.
I know you said it's you list it. You know, I'll list it, whatever. But how does it work now? So don't they put out the player?
So this is a wild card. So essentially, any player from Melbourne can win the Brownlow, and this card is valid. But at the same time, you're taking a risk because there's also Footy Stars, the Prestige version, and there's also Brownlow predictors in there and Premiership predictors in there, right? And at the end of the season, which I found out the hard way last season, is they only choose like the Brownlow predictors or the Thingo predictors from either normal Footy Stars or Prestige to get redeemed. That not all of them can get redeemed, which is, don't ask me, it's fucking stupid. Why have them in the set if you can't redeem it? So it's sort of what it does is it makes collectors chase both the Footy Stars and the Footy Stars Prestige, obviously spend more money so that they can get the predictors and then obviously have them all by the end of the season so that if they do win, they can get those cards and redeem them. So for me, I don't give a shit. This is probably like somewhere between $70 to $100 because
that's a win, mate.
They have a good chance of obviously having someone win the Brownlow in Clayton Oliver and Petrarca. They got 2 guys who are very good candidates. So that's definitely a win, Doma. That is a win. I'll take it.
Jay, good evening. You at the footy game, Jay? Or are you watching it from home this week? You're a big Blue supporter. The Messiah.
The Messiah. Hey, I'll tell you what the Messiah says. He says, load up on the Chiefs to win the division already. $1.71. Lock it in, Eddie. It's better than a bank interest rate, he says.
That's not a bad shout. Oh, yeah, here we go. It doesn't work that way. It's every Melbourne player that doesn't have their own Brownlow predictor.
That's rubbish, man.
Well, you better sell it then. Jay said he's home while opening Disney boxes. Go Blues. I don't know if he's being serious.
Fuck!
Hey, Adam.
Just goes
How
to
you
show you
going,
how much
mate?
I fucking know about
Gold,
this stupid
Saucy.
stars.
Saucy, we'll stay on a bit more. Matty Tabe wants the golds.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. Hang on. I've got to move me whole fucking... Hang on. Give me 1 second.
Who we got winning tonight? Cats or Blues? Come on, chat. Let's go. I'll stay on a bit more. We'll stay on a bit longer. A few have jumped in. The regulars. I've got to get KO open here. Oh dear, I might lose my headphones here. Whoop. Maybe I'll turn off the Bluetooth. KO. Who have we got? No one? I can tell you Jay wants the Blues to win because he goes for the Blues. Jay said he'd rather open a full box of Nutri-Grain. That's great. That's fair. Grant Kenny, Jay. Jay, you looking forward to the Golden Auction show on Netflix? You can see all your buddies there. They'll be in one-stop shop. Shine, Drake, Uncle Kenny, Nat Attack. They're all going to be there, mate. Jeff Lamont Wilson. All your buddies in one spot. It's a one-stop affair, mate.
All right.
For all your hobby needs and pumps.
Mr. Court Kings repack, $20 repack. Let me tell you, these were going off the shelves like they were out of fashion at the hobby hangout. Oh, Jay, fucking hell. Jay reckons golden showers are better. Well, I'll tell you what's even better than golden showers is these golden Mr. Court Kings repacks. I'll tell you that. For $20, you can't go wrong. Let's rip it open, Doma.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's my
gold
hit at the
left.
back, so we're not going to
Yeah, don't look at the card at the back.
We're not going to show that. Mr. Court Kings. Oh, shit!
It's turning to OnlyFans. He's getting the zoom in right there.
Oh, shit's falling everywhere here, boys. All right. Here we go. Oh, jeez. Mo Bamba.
At the Lakers.
Derek Favors.
Out of the league.
Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark's not out of the league.
He's all right. That's a nice looking card.
Who's that?
Of your boy?
Benny Simmons.
No, he was talking about Uncle Kenny, Matt.
Benny Simmons, prismatic. Oh, that is nice.
That is nice.
Too bad he's going to be out of the league soon. He's going to be playing the NBL soon.
If they'll take him.
Rainmakers. Dirk.
There you go. It's your boy too. You like Dirk.
Thomas Bryant.
He plays at the Lakers.
He's got traded.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. CJ McCollum. Who's this rookie? Oh, Jarrett Culver. And this is a numbered card. Jarrell Martin, Court Kings, rookie. No idea who that is. It's probably out of the league now. But it is numbered. So, I mean, not bad. But the hit is... This is a nice card, actually. Really nice. There you go. Numbered to 88. Devin Booker, Mosaic. Numbered to 88. Nice. You got to remember, Doma, that these are only $20, mate.
That's pretty good.
Mate, I'm telling you right now, someone would buy that for $20. Number to 88, Devin Booker collector. Mate, you're getting your money back off that pack, 100%.
Sell it to Lane. Lane will buy it off of you.
Oh, maybe I can swap it for some free grading. What do you reckon? That'd be good.
We'll see how well that goes down.
No, it won't go down good at all. I'll gift it to Lane. You know what? I won't even charge Lane. He's such a nice man. I'll literally give him the card.
Jay says Saucy looks like that lemon Sasha T.
Why? Because I got a big beard. Hey, you better watch out, mate. You better watch out.
Sasha T even make content anymore?
I don't know. He was doing some show where it looked like he was on a couch that looks very famous in a video on the internet. He just wasn't doing the thing that it's renowned for. Mr. Court
Casting
Kings
couch.
repack.
Casting couch with Sasha T.
Yeah, that's the one. Tyler Bay, rookie. Tyrell Terry. Callum Johnson, rookie. Carl Marone, tribute, insert. Luka Doncic, threads. Thon Maker, rookie. Onyeka Okongwu, rookie. Kevin Love, insert. Prism, the hollow, optic hollow. Curry,
Dang.
base. And then the hit is... Oh, geez. I'm surprised he's still in the league, so it's pretty good. Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah,
Rookie?
he's born.
That's
Look at him without his
actually-
beard.
I don't know if that's a rookie auto, but it's from 1340. But I tell you what, it's from one of the greatest sets that should be bought back in the fucking hobby. I think they've got it in Chronicles. Gold standard.
Chronicles.
I think they do have it in Chronicles.
Yeah, it
Gold
is, but it should be
look at
its
that.
own
It's a nice
product.
card, man. I'm telling you. It's number to 299. Number to
nice card.
299. Jonas Valanciunas. There you
Very
go.
nice.
That is Mr. Court King's golden repack. Check him out. Make sure you give him a follow, Mr. Court Kings, on Instagram. There he is there, Insta. Bang.
Very nice. The Blues got the first one in this sauce. 6-zip. And on that note, we're going to go watch some footy. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. And peace.
Peace out, ladies and gents.
You got it from Funkle.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double coverage.